You know, in my lifetime, there's one thing that I've never owned inside of my home or my office that honestly I should have bought a long time ago. And I just got one. So, let's talk about Habata on your boot sequence, obviously. Okay, so as an internet technology man on YouTube, I sometimes get really weird emails for product reviews. No jokes. For example, a wireless charger. What do you want me to say about it? It charges, thanks. Sometimes it's knockoff webcams, or I even recently got a review request for an RX 580. No jokes, a GPU that came out 5.5 years ago. Someone even sent me a list of products that included a baby bassinet, a smart toaster, and a reborn baby doll. Yes, like in the Apple original series Servant. It's insane. But sometimes I get good stuff that I'm actually interested in. Like, I got some super silent switches from Gamakey, Antlion sent me the ModMic Wireless for review, and a sick but overpriced monitor from BenQ. And those things, well, I was genuinely interested in reviewing them. And now, Habata, an ergo chair company, reached out for me to review their E301 Supreme model. You can find the E301 on their own website, or you can buy it on Amazon too. Price-wise, it starts at $330 for the base model, which is almost as expensive as the leather Marcus IKEA chair that I bought 6 years ago that this will definitely replace 100%. The model that I have here though is the Supreme or Pro model, and it clocks in at $470 USD. I might have some discount codes in the description, but full disclosure, I'm receiving 0 commission if you buy one of these. Now, before we talk comfort, let's put it together. First, the base. It's super easy. Just grab the right bolts and go to town on each legs. There's an Allen key in the box, so don't worry if you don't have the tools, but if you do, chuck the right bit on a drill. It's going to be way faster. Plus, it's the same size for every single bolt, so there's no pesky swapping here. Once the steel base is assembled, you can go ahead and pop in the wheels. Once that's done, just flip it around and put in the decorative escutcheon. Then just slot in the gas cylinder in and you're done for the base. Then you can grab the seat part and start with sliding in the footrests. Yes, it has a footrest. You have to unscrew 2 screws before you can slide it in, and you have to put the screws back in the big metal part so it doesn't slide out. Then just bolt in the armrests by screwing them in, 3 bolts per side. Then just install the part that connects the seat to the gas cylinder with all of the tilty bits. You bolt that in, then the back of the seat needs to be connected to the tilty thing base. A couple of bolts here, a couple of bolts there, and there you go. It's connected to the chair.
Bring it to your right. Oh, it's that? No, it's not. No, bring it to your right. Your right. Now drop it. A little bit more right. Up. Now, drop it now. Go! Oh, yes, almost. No, yes.
Oh, and I forgot you gotta put in the headrest, so 2 screws there and a covering plate. Boom, cyborg looking ergo chair. Now look, I've used ergo chairs in my life. I've worked at offices. Heck, I sit on one at the office here. But this one, for my home, this is kind of next level in my opinion. It's like sitting on this thing makes me instantly understand why I have back problems. The lumbar support has these sort of 3 tiers, 3 zone design that keeps you 100% centered in the chair. And it made me notice that even when I sit in ergo chairs, I'll sometimes kind of tilt my body left or right. And if I stay in that position for too long, it's not super ergonomic. It's also flexible with 10 degrees of rotation, which doesn't need adjustments. Something else that a lot of ergo chairs in this price range mess up on is not being able to move that support, or at least not very much. And with this chair, you can just whoop, lift the whole thing up or down to change where the lumbar support and backrest support is. The headrest also moves up and down and can tilt a little bit, I believe it's like 20 degrees, but I usually keep mine as far back as I can because I wear hats often. The butt holder, also known as the seat, can slide forward and back too for extra customization. And as with any office chairs, you can lean back on that one, and it goes all the way back to 115 degrees with stops at 190 degrees. Oh, and on what they call the Supreme model, the one that I have here, well, you even have leg rests. Like you could nap in this or take a small break or twirl around like I'm doing right now. I'm probably going to remove the leg rests on mine personally because the temptation to nap is a little too much. And lastly, on this Supreme version, you get the armrests that are pretty much fully mobile. They go up, they go down. I believe it has a range of 8 centimeters of travel, and the rotation is up to 120 degrees. Honestly, it looks like it's a little more than that. Oh, and of course, it slides back and forth. They're also very nicely cushioned, and they're not too hard and not too soft, and I don't think that they'll rip like the leather one on a Staples chair. I'm sure my dry elbows will also appreciate the change of a soothing, pillowy substance under them. That sounded dirtier than I ever want to talk about my elbows. Anyways, if you get the standard model, they go up and down, but there's no rotation or sliding around. Lastly, I guess all that's left to talk about is the mesh. It's good. It's stretched in the right places and it's super breathable. One thing though is that when new, it is a little firm, but after a couple of weeks, it noticeably relaxes and is way more comfortable. The standard version comes with a cushion though, so there's that to consider. I haven't felt a single hot spot except maybe a little warmth on the lumbar sides, but no soaking there. And I'm a pretty sweaty man. Look, I'm gonna be real with you, or I guess straight with you. If you've been pushing upgrading that old Marcus IKEA chair for 6+ years, or you keep buying those $150 to $200 leather chairs at Staples, or God forbid you use a gaming chair for 8 to 10 hours a day, stop. Back pain is not fun. I was in a car crash 6 years ago. I had to do a whole year of physio to get back on track, and I'm probably never gonna recover fully. But a good ergo chair does help. And honestly, this one is great for me, especially for that price point. All that's left is to see if it stands the test of time, and I've only had this for like 3 weeks, so far, so good. Oh, and just for reference, in terms of height and everything, I'm 5'11". It seems like the adjustments cover a pretty wide ranges of body sizes. And if I had to recommend one, get the Supreme. It's worth the upgrade. Once again, I might have some discount codes for you guys, but full disclosure, I'm not getting any kind of cut from the sales. The links and codes will be down below. Anyways, guys, that was pretty much it for today's review. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked it, a comment if you want to talk about this specific brand or you have some feedback. Stay frosty, my dudes, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. I'm so hyped to go back home and sit on it. It's gonna be